And you put the leash all the way in the top, all the way in the top. So you're gonna feel the bone, okay? You're gonna feel the bone. I walk my dog for a living. If somebody can say, are you a dog behaviorist, a dog walker? Which title would you prefer to be called? A dog walker, a dog behaviorist, or a dog trainer? I would say a dog walker. Why a dog walker? It's just so much connection that exists in that simple activity, you know. That's so much to see, to be with someone, you know, like a dog. It's just walking a dog for a living, meaning not to make. It's not about the making money part of it. It's just how they live life, you know. It's just the way they experience life, the way they learn about life, the way they connect with their family, the way they get to know the world. And so for me, I walk my dog for a living. It's not a monetary concept. It's literally is the connection of the spirit, the connection of the heart, the connection of the instincts. So please, 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 if you can encourage people around you, people who are now walking dogs, people who have no idea of like how important it is for a dog's health, for a dog's heart, for a dog's spirit, a walk, you know, a simple walk. It's just so profound. It's so meaningful to them. It's a meditation in motion. I mean, it has so much healing power, so much connection power, so much teaching power. That's why, you know, training a dog, you're going in circles. You know, you're just going back and forth. You practice structure, you practice things like that. But the walk is something that you have to go away from home. You know, look at the world, learn from the world, connect with the world. You know, survive together, become thirsty together, become hungry together, become tired together, find a shade, you know, and sit there and just have a conversation with a dog. Just have a conversation with his soul, have a conversation with his heart, have a conversation with his mind, you know. But if you have a pack of dogs, that's even better. That's even better, you know. That's definitely my most beautiful memories that I have when I started this whole thing, is just to walk 65 dogs. I really miss that. I really miss it. So in honor of walking dogs, I put this shirt. You know, I walk my dog for a living. And so the other day I suggested, you know, what's the best place to put the leash on a dog so you have absolutely connection, right? So you can lead, you know, guide the mind the way is best for the connection. So I wanna just show you a little bit with my boy Junior, so you guys can see where the position of the leash is. Peter, can you help me with that a little bit? So before we go, you gotta see this. You gotta see this. Look, this is what happens. This is what happens when you have the most amazing walk. You know, before, as you can see, Spot is in there. He just in a resting state. But this is a treat. This is a gift. This is the outcome of a good walk. Look at that. So look at that. So what the little bird is feeling is this comfort, this relaxation that the Junior is projecting, is giving back, to the point that he feels so safe. So safe. So people say, what's the best way to introduce a new dog into my house? Or a cat or a child or whatever it is? I'm always going to say, did you walk the dog? And people say, what do you mean it's just a walk? Yes. Did you walk the dog? Did you put the leash all the way in the top? Did you make sure the nose was away from the ground? Did you make sure he was very proud? Did you make sure he was very focused on following you only? Even though it could be whatever ecosystem you belong, or whatever ecosystem you are in, Did you practice nose away from the ground, dog feeling very proud of you, and dog staying focused? Did you did that before you bring a dog or a cat or a child into your house? Because, yeah, I think I walked the dog, but how? So that's why, for me, can you help me? I just want to show you where I put the leash. Pretty much it, So let me show you.
Here we are.
All right.
This is our setup.
So, always bring the nose. By the way, welcome to, this is my man cave in my house. I have a treadmill. I have all the stuff that I created, all the products, just to influence me every day, to remind me, the accomplishments I have done. My dogs have a washer and dryer. I'm a Virgo, so everything has to be clean. I love structure. When I see freeways full of trash, I want to clean them. So my garage has to be impeccable. It has to be clean. So this is the bathtub that I use before they go inside the house. They do stay inside the house, obviously. But my dogs go to the ranch. We go to my ranch, and so they roll over and they're around all the animals. So one thing I don't like the smell of the dirt and the poop and all that stuff inside the house. So the house is always, it doesn't smell like a dog. I have 5 dogs, 2 birds, and a surprise. So this is, I can't say the surprise, right? So let me show you with Junior. Where is the treats? Under the side. Just keep shooting with Junior.
To get some treats, so I guess I'll be here for a bit. Yeah, what's up, Junior? How's it going? So I hope you guys are staying safe. Hey Sophia, how's it going? Yeah, how's it going?
How did Junior did?
He did well. They loved me. They loved me, Cesar.
He did a good job.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Good. Right. So listen, I always have something that is extremely powerful to the nose. Junior can't hear anymore. He can't hear anymore, right? So he is 13 years old. He has lost his hearing for a while, but I never used the nose as much anyway. So let me just show you my ritual of putting the leash. So all for people that are learning how to do that. So once you bring a scent, that scent is going to bring the nose, okay? Then you open your leash, and they're going to pretty much put the leash like it's a gold medal. Like when people get the gold medal in the Olympics, and you put the leash all the way in the top, So you're gonna feel the bone, okay? You're gonna feel the bone. This part, this part is gonna end up in the bottom, right here. So that's gonna raise the head, okay? That's gonna raise the head. Now, when you begin to move, the only thing you have to do is guide it. Look. So if we stop, you're gonna pull. But so when you go for a walk, this is gonna end up here. So when you wanna stop, you pull up. Just like in a dog show. In a dog show, they do this. And then they pull up. And then the brain stops. Most people put the leash here. If you want the dog to explore, you put the leash here. My suggestion to the whole entire world is to make sure that you learn to practice this one first before you let the brain practice leash all the way in the bottom, which makes the brain go on the ground. Why? Because the nose is going to go on the ground. So you're going to go into explore state. Or some dogs begin to play. Once the leash is all the way in the top, the nose automatically moves away from the ground. The position of the head is in a proud position, so you can then just move and then begin to walk. So it's just the motion makes the brain follow you. So I always give the example of a boat in the water. So when you have a boat in the water and you have a rope, you can move that boat, right? It's effortless. So with a dog, it should be effortless. The feeling of walking a dog. Effortless.
Cesar, some people are asking about the difference between a leash and a harness.
The what?
A leash and a harness.
Where's the harness? Look. Harness. I don't have a harness. Look, let's just use this harness. Okay, this is a harness. There's many kinds of harness, but what we have to know is a tool. It's a great tool, but it's a tool that was for pulling or tracking purpose. So you're not going to get the attention of the brain because the tool was made for tracking or for pulling. So you're not going to get the dog to go in a follower state. You're going to get the dog to go in a pulling state or a tracking state. I know that a lot of people feel, well, it's much more gentler or much more kind. You know, some people even say, well, in a dog show, no one is pulling the leash the wrong way. So they have a Chihuahua and a Great Dane, the smallest dog in the world and the biggest dog in the world. They have the leash in the same place. So let's practice actually with Alfie so you can see that they're pulling the leash. It has nothing to do with hurting. Look. Look. So it doesn't matter what breed the dog is. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. So if you don't have a treat, that's when you give the reward. So there's 3 ways to reward a dog: a toy, a treat, and your affection. So look at this, people. Look at it. Look at it. This is trust. How do we achieve this? How can a bird feel so calm and so peaceful among a pack of dogs? How can that even happen? How? Well, very simple. I walk the dogs before I introduce them to new species. That's pretty much it. That's the secret. I just love that layer. So good. What if the slip lead falls down? All right, so that happens. So please, before you go into the outside world, practice you training yourself. Practice controlling the environment in your house. I did a YouTube video. Then we already showed the YouTube video about how to keep a dog focused when food is in the ground. That was with Sophia.
Yeah. We did. It was sense. It was different.
That's sense. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. Listen, what you have to learn is how do I control the nose of a dog, in order for the leash not to slip down. So once you understand to control the nose and your focus is controlling the nose of a dog, not the eyes, not the ears, that leash is never going to go down. So make sure you practice that at home in order for you to have the training. It's literally it's almost like when people are learning how to ride a bike and they use the training wheels and then they can actually move the training wheels away. So don't practice the leash outside if you're one of those people that the leash goes down. That means the brain got excited. So you're controlling the excitement. That's the key here. So 2 things that I want you to pay attention, okay? I want to walk my dog. All right, that's what people want to do. But if you start thinking, I'm going to make sure I remove the nose away from the ground and I control the excitement, those 2 things, and I give my dog direction. So nose away from the ground, control excitement, give my dog direction. Now your focus is completely different than when people say, I gotta walk the dog because I need to do exercise. You're gonna get the exercise once you understand how to keep the mind focused. Humans are ears, eyes, nose. The dogs are nose, eyes, ears. So if you learn just to look at the way they look at the world, then the focus changes. So then you start talking to a dog like the way they understand. So this is what's going to happen in your mind. I want to make sure that your nose is away from the ground, and I want you to feel very proud of you, and I want you to follow me. So nose away from the ground, feel very proud of you, and follow me. Now your focus, your chain, what you're paying attention to, it becomes a different conversation inside of you. Now you start paying attention to the nose. Now you start paying attention to if the dog is proud. Now you start paying attention if the dog is following you, which is going to be very obvious because the dog is going to go into a follower state. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen, I'm pretty sure people have seen when ducks, little baby ducks follow their mom. I'm pretty sure you have seen pictures or videos when cubs, baby bears, follow their mom. I'm pretty sure you have seen when baby horses follow their parents. And I'm pretty sure in some shape or form you have seen when puppies follow their parents. You see, that follower thing, that innate understanding to follow someone that they feel protective, someone that they feel loved, someone that is going to lead them so they can show them the world, that's natural to a dog. It's just when you put the leash in the right place and you ask them to feel proud of you or proud of them, they're going to give you a follower response. Follow, play, explore. Most people bring the play and the explore. So a harness is automatically going to bring the explore side of a dog. When people become like, you want to go for a walk? That's going to bring the play side of a dog. I'm not saying the play and explore is bad. I'm just saying to get the ultimate outcome of going outside, a dog has to practice more follow than play and explore. My clients practice play and explore. So when I come to their homes, the first thing I teach is, let me show you how to be calm. Let me show you how to put the leash in the right place. Let me show you how to enjoy a nice walk. That's it. We go back to basics. Natural, simple, profound. That's why yesterday with Michael became such a great addition to my team, because it takes a village to raise a child, right? It takes a pack of people to actually help one human. So if Michael is already teaching meditation, is already teaching Tai Chi and how to breathe properly, I want to bring Michael to give a class to people without dogs, so people can actually learn how to breathe, learn how to turn off the brain, learn how to bring the power of calmness. The idea or the ideal thing to do is for people, before they get a dog, to learn about calmness, to learn about how dogs communicate, to learn about what are the needs of a dog. So that way when the humans say, I'm ready for a dog, the human actually has knowledge. And most people, what they have is a big heart, but they don't have the knowledge. That's the only reason people will hire dog trainers and dog behaviorists and anything like that. That's the only reason, To me, I love to be honest. To me, it's part of what drives me, just to live with honesty, integrity, and loyalty. That's really my core. That's my spirituality. So I rather tell people, listen, the only reason why people hire dog trainers and dog behaviorists is because they have no clue about the power of calmness. They have no clue about how to communicate with a dog, and they have no clue how to fulfill the needs of a dog. Simple as that. My goal in life is to change this knowledge so the world practice the same thing, so no dog in the world will ever be unhappy. At the moment a dog becomes definitely unhappy and unstable, people have a tendency to give up on the dog, right? So here in America, we have shelters, and people actually abandon dogs because the dog develop psychological problems. The dog develop, behavioral problems. And so people say, well, I did everything, and the dog became aggressive. I did everything and my dog became destructive. I did everything and my dog became separation anxiety. I did everything and my dog became fearful. No, if you did everything, you wouldn't have to surrender the dog to a shelter. That's the truth. Like homeless people don't give up on their dogs. It's people with homes that give up on the dogs. So why this happened? Knowledge. So people don't know that they don't know. And that's the part where I have to be honest with people. I have to let them know the truth. I want to make sure they understand this is simple. Living with a dog is actually a simple action from us to them. They don't really require a lot of, you don't have to be super rich. You don't have to be middle class either. I come from a third world country. We had dogs. Homeless people are below economical levels. So has nothing to do with economy. And a lot of people think, well, I don't have a big backyard. A lot of people think I don't have money for food. Here in America, you can get a lot of food from everybody. I mean, people, you want it, you can have it. I understand in different parts of the world it's more difficult, but just for you to see that is, abandonment is really high. But why people abandon dogs? Why people give up on a dog? I never seen a dog giving up on a human, ever, never. I never seen a dog saying, I need a human to be this specific way in order for me to live with a human. Never. So a dog accepts you as who you are and want to make sure he lives with you to the fullest and want to make sure, you guys live in the moment. So the only thing we have to do is walk every day. That's pretty much it. So if we walk every day, what are the health benefits? What are the emotional benefits? What are the spiritual benefits? So right now more than ever, we need to exercise. Right now more than ever, we need to live in the moment. Right now more than ever, we need to love unconditionally. Right now more than ever, we need to live our spirituality, our pursuit of happiness, honesty, integrity, loyalty, and live in the moment. So that's more than ever, we need a dog in our lives. Something that beautiful that happened, with this quarantine is shelters got empty. Why is that? Well, because the human needs support. I'm glad, right? But the human needed support before. Human needed support before. Human needed exercise before. Human needed to be creative before. Human needed to stop being unselfish before. It's just the situation accelerated the process for people to go to shelters and become distracted by giving someone a chance to be part of a home, right? So definitely the human waited until the human felt, oh, what am I going to do with so much time? Where I'm going to put my effort, when I'm going to put my energy. I don't want to feel alone, right? But the human needed this behavior long time ago. It happened when it happened. I'm so glad. I'm really happy. I just love the part that at least we get to see that we have to change, that we have to become more natural, more simple, more profound. I'm very happy to also let you guys know that I am working with National Geographic again. I am working with Spain because I want to do a show for kids. I want to make sure that we focus on making sure the next generation hears what you and I are talking right now. I definitely want to make sure that we take the time and prepare the next generation. This shouldn't happen anymore. We have to be prepared. We have to raise the level of empathy, the level of compassion, the level of patience, the level of teamwork, the level of good leadership. Leadership is direction, protection, love, right? We need to have good formulas. We need to have good rituals. We need to have good symbols. We really need to speak to each other, help each other, connect with each other. We're doing it through social media, but we're not really getting into a spiritual, emotional, instinctual level. And I think it's the perfect time. I'm very, very excited. I'm a human of opportunities, right? I definitely saw an opportunity to help America in the beginning. I didn't realize I was going to help the whole entire world. And just to share common sense and natural, simple and profound conversation and go to different parts of the world where they have no clue. And if here in America people have no clue, in other parts of the world people have less clue. But it was awesome. It was a great challenge. I got to see the world. I got to experience the world. I got to experience the energies. There's three energies in the world: love, fear, and hate. And unfortunately, hate and fear is pretty high. It's pretty high. Some people hate dogs. Some people are afraid of dogs. Some people love dogs. So my goal in life is, listen, people that have fear of dogs, let me give you knowledge, because it's not good for you to have fear anyway. So give yourself a room for love, at least for yourself. You don't have to have a dog. I'm not here to tell you to adopt a dog. I'm just here to make sure you don't live with fear. So people saw that concept and they start like, okay, so this Mexican guy who they call dog whisperer is not here to tell me I need to have a dog. He's here to tell me I don't have to live with fear. I said, that's it. That's all I want. Because it's healthy for you. You know, it's healthy for your family. It's healthy for you, for your health. It's healthy for your community. And I think you can make better choices if fear doesn't live inside of you. I'm not, you know. And then people who hate dogs. I hate dogs. And dogs, especially, you know, pit bulls. Imagine, I mean, Daddy is like the guy who helped me become who I became. And then, of course, Daddy raised Junior. And as, of course, I'm going to make sure that I tell people it's not the pit bull. It's, you know, don't be racist. Don't be. It has nothing to do with the breed. Don't listen. You don't have to have a pit bull. You just don't have to hate. He's a dog before he's a breed. You are a human before you're a race. So you don't want people to hate you because you're a certain race or you follow certain culture. So that was my conversation with these people. And then they got into, that makes sense. I don't want people to hate me because of my religion. I don't want people to hate me because of my culture. There you go. It's just a dog can't speak and say, hey, listen, it's not my breed. It's my environment. It's who raises me. It's the activities that I do. That's what I become. So, you know, changes people's perspective, you know, and they give me the opportunity to talk to them. You know, it really helped that I have an accent because outside America, everybody has an accent. So it really created that familiarity, you know, it really created that, okay, I don't speak perfect English, but I do want people to experience their best life possible, you know. So if I can do that for people, if I can help them at least utilizing a dog to understand that the fear and hate is unnecessary, you know, I think you can give space for love for yourself and for your environment. And so we're changing the world. I'm super excited. I'm one of those people who love that, what Martin Luther King said about, I have a dream. Well, my dream is that. My dream is for the world not to fear dogs, not to hate dogs. Just love themselves or love a dog or love their family, but just practice one love. They don't have to have a dog. But for people who are dog lovers, and then we have to love in a very balanced way. We have a responsibility. You know, we need to make sure that we do right by the dogs. We need to understand the energy is very important because it's how they're going to respond, it's how they're going to react. We need to understand that our home needs to feel beautiful, needs to feel structured, needs to feel clean because it's going to feed us. You know, where you live is going to feed energy. Now, we also have to pay attention to the people that we live with, you know, the people that we hang out with. And some people in the family are not going to be able to really feed us good energy. And so we have to just schedule them. When do we see them? In order for us not to be affected by that, we have to learn to choose, to make the right choices. You know, and obviously you have to, obviously being kind, I think is very important because they don't know. Now, if they're open to change, please do. Because the more we transform people, the better it is for the animals, the better it is for the plants, the better it is for the planet. Really, humans have to do an internal transformation in order for this planet to go back and heal himself. You know, better humans, better planet. And without the knowledge of all of us, and we all agree that we have to behave and project certain energy and follow certain formulas and rituals and symbols, it's going to be really difficult to heal the planet. So because we dirty the planet, we have to clean the planet. So we have to also clean the planet with good energy, not only good conversations. And a lot of people just, you know, don't pollute the world. But you still have to not pollute yourself, you know, because you have to know, hey, what energy am I? Do I practice always calm, confident, love, and joy? Or do I practice calmness on Monday and on Tuesday I practice tension? That's pollution. That's pollution. That's bad, you know? So you have to be consistent. That's why we need animals. That's why we need plants. That's why we need earth. We need to stay connected. We need to stay in communication. And the easiest member on this society to achieve that is dogs. Just plain and simple. They want to walk with you, play with you, explore with you. They want to know what the rules, the boundaries, the limitations are. You know, they want to practice stretch, walk, run, rest, and sleep. The 5 body motions. You know, they want to live in the moment. They want your happiness. You know, they want to love you unconditionally. They want to use their body to survive. It's simple things, you know. That's what I just said. I was given the 4 worlds, and that dog wants to make sure that we practice instinctual world, emotional world, spiritual world every single day of our lives. Especially right now that we're in quarantine, we're behind. We can't work. You know, we can't go to work. Nobody can go to work. So what do we do with this time? Well, this is a perfect time to connect how you were born. You were now born. I mean, in reality, think about it. You didn't know money existed. You didn't know power existed. You didn't know fame existed. You didn't know. The only thing you knew was that you need to survive, you need to live, you need to love, and you need to believe. That's what you were born with. And right now, the situation has sent you to go back to basics. And there's a perfect time. It's just a perfect time for those that we have animals, that we have dogs. We can just go back to the beginning. Stretch with them, walk with them, run with them, rest with them, sleep with them. You know, to practice follow, play, explore, making sure that the rules, the boundaries, the limitations are tight, so they feel safe, so they feel protected, so they feel love, you know, so their needs are met, the body, the mind, the heart, you know. So just having an understanding, okay, what's the right formula to love a dog? What's the right rituals to love a dog? What's the right symbols to influence myself so I can repeat the formula, so I can repeat the rituals? What is it? You know, so again, it's very important to see your home. How do you wake up in the morning? Ask yourself, how do I feel? Take the time. I mean, you have time right now. Take the time to create a healthy habit. How do I feel? Do I feel calm? Do I feel confident? If you feel fearful, there's nothing wrong with it. Listen, we're all working on something right now. Right now, what I'm working on is to free myself from insecurity, fear, and anger. Not with animals. I don't have a problem in that world. I grew up in a place, Culiacán, Sinaloa, Mexico, where you learn every single day to feel insecure, to feel aggressive, to feel fearful. It's not a place where you feel safe. It's not a place where you learn spirituality. It's not a place where you learn unconditional love. It's not a place where they tell you about common sense, you know. There's definitely, you have to survive, but you survive in a way where you practice anger, you practice fear, you practice insecurity. So all of that is inside of me. And because of that, some relationships that I have had have suffered. Just like people when they don't pay attention to this energy, the dog can feel it. For some weird reason, for some blessed reason, for some lucky reason, this conversation, this insecure fear and anger, didn't transfer to the dogs. That's the part that I thank you, God, for letting me hold my common sense. Thank you, God, for letting me hold my unconditional love to animals. Thank you, God, for letting me hold my spirituality, my belief. Because that's what it takes to be what I am, right? I use my instincts, my love for animals, and my belief that I can become what I was thinking to become. That's it. That's pretty much what I brought to America. You know, a guy with good instincts, a guy with a good heart, and a guy with a good belief system. That's it. But I also came with a little bit of baggage. So right now I'm taking the time to get rid of that. So this is what I want for me, and of course you guys can help me with it, and I will do the same for you. I want to free myself from insecurity, from anger and fear, so I can have the most amazing relationship with a human being, right? So with a dog, I got it, I'm done, I have it. But I also need to be able to love someone without insecurity, without fear, without anger. I don't want it. I just don't want it. I just finally realized. So I have used the quarantine to clean up my inside. And I'm doing it, and it's not easy. So we're all in this thing together. I'm doing what you probably doing with a dog, but we're doing it. So I'm making sure that I'm detoxifying all this stuff that I didn't want. By the way, all this stuff, you didn't actually volunteer to take it. So it was put to you by environment, by family, by social, by TV, by all of the stuff. And so please be kind to yourself. Please have a lot of empathy, have a lot of compassion. You do need a pack. You do need people who agree in the same thing. That's why the first day on Monday, the first word, it was important for me. Every time that I do a TCW, every time that I bring people into the ranch, the first thing I say, listen, please, the fastest we agree that we all don't know, the fastest we begin the healing. And it's nothing wrong by not knowing. It just makes us conscious. It just makes us aware. It makes us a team. It makes us a family. So let's get into this agreement word, and then the energy moves faster. Okay? It just moves like a speed of light. And then everybody, okay, well, I don't understand what the hell Cesar is saying, but I like the idea. They said, that's fine. Just open up the mind, right? Just open up a little bit. Just let me begin to tell you why we need to agree. And then the next thing is, I begin to say, law number 1, animals are instinctual. And then, do we all agree? And everybody says, yeah, but animals are instinctual, okay? But nobody told you that. Nobody told you that. You knew that unconsciously, but you got to put it in the conscious. Because when you're in the conscious, everything you do has more power. Has more power. So we have information that has made us function in a way that we're not consciously knowing that we're hurting ourselves, that we're hurting people around us, and that we're hurting our animals. We don't know. We don't know. Even when people say, well, Cesar, are you going to do anything? The people that eat dogs, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. They just don't know. So I can't go and make them wrong for it. I can definitely go and make them aware for it. And I can definitely begin to give them a different perception, and I can ask them to open the mind, so they can make a conscious change. Just like people that have dogs, and they don't realize that they are making the dog aggressive, that they are making the dog have separation anxiety, that they are making the dog fearful. They don't know. Dog lovers don't know that they're actually making a dog unstable. They don't know. So that's why the empathy and the compassion and the patience is my best tool. I don't train dogs. I train humans. And I'm happy about it. And I'm very excited to do it every single day. I find different ways. My creativity is always working. I never focus on why people are doing this behavior. It's like, how do I figure it out to influence their heart and their mind and their spirit at the same time? Even if I don't speak the language. Listen, English is not my first language, right? But I don't stop because I don't speak the language. My creativity will not let me. My creativity is always, well, if you use this kind of picture, or this kind of cartoon, or this kind of music, or just bring different animals, Cesar, because that's universal. That's why I have llamas and alpacas and horses. Like, you can't deny, but you just saw with the bird and the dog. And people say, how do you achieve that? How do I make sure that all this pack of dogs actually are okay with a sheep, are okay with a chicken, with a roost, or with a duck? That's what I want them to see. That's the creativity, And so I was telling you that there's 3 things that I'm working on right now. I'm working on my freedom from insecurity, fear, and anger. Okay? So please pray for that. So it accelerates the process, and I will pray for whatever you guys are praying for yourself or wishing to move out of the way. I'm also praying for more wisdom. I want more wisdom because the more wise you become, the calm you become, the more certain you become, the easier it is for you to choose block or redirection. You know, so it's like you smell the bullshit quicker, because a lot of people are gonna come with bullshit, and I don't wanna nurture bullshit. I just wanna block or redirect, and for that you require a lot of wisdom. You know, and the third is the creativity. So I'm looking for freedom, wisdom, and creativity. I wanna take it to another level. I just wanna make sure that I go with my purest form of freedom, wisdom, and creativity. That's the new Cesar Millan. That's it. And that's what I do every single day. So being with you guys definitely feeds my creativity, my freedom, my wisdom. So I do that every day. I don't just talk. I'm not the kind of person who just talks. I actually do it, you know? So when I say I'm gonna go to America and I didn't have papers, I didn't speak English, and I didn't have an address where to go, I jumped the border. I don't talk about it, I do it. So in order for you to change your life, you have to do it. Think about it, do it consciously, but then you gotta go do it. Even if it doesn't come out right, you still gotta do it. You need support, okay? Just make sure that you go up there, practice your walk, practice your rules, bounds, limitations. You're not gonna do it perfect the first day. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. The beauty is that you're doing it. That you bring in the body, the mind, the heart, the spirit. You're making it work. You got to turn it on. You got to turn it on. And then once you turn it on and you get to from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 5 to 10, you're gonna go. And that's why in TCW, you know, the day 1, everybody's from 0 to 5. And day 2, people are in 5. And day 3, people are 5 to 10. It's like, let's do this. We go do certain things. You know, everybody knows they can walk a pack of dogs. They can walk a pack of dogs with a llama. They can, you know, things they've never done before. You know, and with animals, really gives you that access to be who you are. You know, and to be kind to yourself. And it's okay. You know, the first 5 seconds or the first 2 minutes, you didn't do it right. That's okay. You know, the whole world, by the way, we've been taught the wrong way. You know, that's just what it is. You know, and another day we can go into in details and why they do that. You know, we can go into details and why other people will choose to teach people to do the wrong thing or to think the wrong way or to develop the wrong energy. I don't think we're born to live, you know, without calmness. I don't think we're born to live without confidence or without self-love or self-joy. We're not born like that. That's not what we want. Nobody wants that. But there's a lot of humans in the world who don't know how to be calm, who don't know how to be confident, who don't know how to love, who don't know how to have joy. It's a lot. But you didn't born that way. The good thing is this is inside of us. You know, it's inside of us to love us unconditionally and to love unconditionally and to believe in ourselves and to believe in others and to use common sense and to help people to use common sense so they can consciously love. That's why dogs are so important. That's why animals are so important. It really brings human being to his most natural, simple, profound way of being. This is who we are. This is who we are. This is what we gotta do. This is gonna be our new way of being. It has to be. The whole world has to go back to basics. The whole world has to really relearn how to unconditionally love yourself. And so you can then practice loving someone the same way. We have to learn to love at our level 10. Right now we love them from 0 to 5 and part-time. So obviously things are not gonna go well that way, you know. And some people believe in themselves, some people don't believe in themselves. So we have to learn, obviously, to believe in ourselves. Whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, you know, small, medium, high, it doesn't really matter. It's as long as you live in your pursuit of happiness, as long as you're honest, as long as you have integrity, as long as you are loyal to yourself, as long as you live in the moment, you're gonna achieve it. There is a formula for happiness. There is a formula, and everybody should have it. That's my goal in life. Listen, it is a formula for happiness. Even if you don't have a dog, I still want to give it to you. My goal in life is not to hold down on a formula that makes this planet a better place. You know, my purpose in life was, you know, beginning to be a dog trainer. I want to be the best dog trainer in the world. That's the only title I heard when I was 13. Then I come to America, I said, I want to train people and rehabilitate dogs. The dogs are not happy. So I want to make sure that we do the right thing for the dog so the dog goes back to happiness. And now, especially right after this COVID-19, I want to make sure that everybody goes back to happiness. Everybody goes back to believing in themselves. Everybody goes back to, you know, let's do it again. Let's build this thing again. You know, it takes body, it takes mind, it takes heart, it takes family. You know, it takes food, it takes water. That's it. That's pretty much it. Think about it. Animals. If you messed up their habitat, they're gonna go do it again the same way they did it before. That's it. They're not gonna question themselves. They're not gonna go into a dramatic moment of, oh my God, these humans did it again. Nope. They're just gonna go back to what they know. So we have that. We have that animal instincts. We have that pursuit of happiness. We have that unconditional love. We have it. We just have to go bring it out. We need to bring it out again. How? You need to be around people who agree and do it the same thing. That's it. That's all it takes. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes all of us humans to bring the planet back to place. Yeah, it's super important. We can do it. We can do it. If you can dirty a place, you can clean the place. Easy. You just have to have that frame of mind that you want to be part of the pack. You can lead the pack. Whatever you want. Whatever position you want. You're born to do one position. You know. And all the positions are extremely important. People think, well, Cesar, you're always in a leader position. That's not true. I'm most of the time in the back of the pack position. Why? Because it's the most sensitive position to be in. This is the part where I actually do assessment and evaluation. I don't assess and evaluate people when I'm in the leader position. When I'm in the leader position, what I'm doing is direction protection. That's what I'm doing, right? So it's 3 positions in the pack, and that exists inside of you. Back of the pack, that's your sensitive self. That's where you are at your most sensitive self. You can feel it with your heart. You can feel it with your spirit. You can hear what people are saying. Okay, that's your sensitivity. If you feel that people are getting a little bit too sad or too tense or too negative, and then you bring your happy-go-lucky self. That's why humor is so important. So when you're in the middle of the pack, you're happy-go-lucky. That's your happy-go-lucky self. When you're ready, when you have somebody that says, you know, I'm ready. Now that person is ready for you to be in the front. Or for you to be in the front. You know, you can talk to yourself. You can also do that to yourself. You know, you can, how do I feel? Laugh about it, and then give yourself direction. You know, it's like auto healing yourself, auto talking to yourself. You know, that takes a lot more practice, by the way. It's definitely easier to help somebody else than helping yourself. Just so you know. Just so you know. It's something that for some reason we don't get to hold, but definitely something to keep in mind to achieve, where you can just talk to yourself how you feel, Cesar, you know, and how do we gonna change, you know, your sadness or your tension or your fear or your anxiety. How do you go back to calm, confident, love, and joy? Now write that down. Make sure that you put it somewhere in your house, please, and write it down outside. And people who do graffitis. Not that I like graffitis, but they should put graffitis that say calm, confident, love, and joy. So at least the people that are driving get to see those words. Yeah, I would like to be calm, confident, love, and joy every day. Why not? But if you can't do it every day, at least do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You know what I mean? Schedule it. You know, I always tell people, schedule misery. Schedule misery. I'm not saying not to practice misery. I'm just saying, listen, don't practice misery all day. Because that's not going to be good for you. And if you have a dog, your dog is going to be with a human who feels miserable for no reason at all. So that's my take for today. What can I say to you? I love you so much. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for believing in me. Thank you so much for always like cheering me up. You know, thank you for making my dream come true, you know, and I want to make sure that we all can practice that. And I mean, I know it's a cliche to hear, oh, it happens to me. If I did it, it can happen to you, because it's true. I do believe that. I do believe that a kid that came from Sinaloa, Mexico, where everything is pretty much against, I was able to go to Tijuana, jump the border, live in the streets of San Diego, be homeless for 2 months. I didn't really care about none of that stuff, I didn't care about it. You know what I cared was about helping a dog. That was my first motivation. That was it. That was it. But now I want to help myself. And that's exactly what I would like to leave you with. We have to help ourselves. We have to help the world. And if you're not ready to help yourself, just help somebody, because that's equally as important. I love you. Thank you so much. Millones de bendiciones. Millions of blessings, and I believe in yourself. Please believe in yourself. Practice health, exercise. Practice positivity. Something that you like to do with your mind, and love someone and let somebody love you. Again, it's much easier to love someone than letting somebody love you. So make sure you also get to practice that body, mind, heart. So trust, respect, and love. Thank you so much for listening to me. Breathe and take the most amazing walk you can. Thank you so much.